It took me about 2 hours to find this place again. So yeah, I pinned it this time. This is where I came with my bride and daughter, and we found a couple of arrowheads, and now I'm back all by me lonesome, just looking. There's a train. I was kind of waiting on it to pass, but I don't guess it matters. I want to look in these pockets like this, and I was going to bring a sifter, but I didn't. Might do that next time, not sure. It's odd, the mosquitoes weren't bad the last time we came. They're bad this time I came. They're so bad, this may not last long. I've been watching the old ditch walker channel, checking out his tips and tricks. He probes in sandy stuff like this and finds pockets of rocks, just like you'd probe for looking for antique bottles. And when he finds a pocket, he starts sifting. He's got it figured out. I've asked him if I could come play, but I know he probably gets invited on a lot of play dates. And I understand why he does not respond. Nonetheless, I'm gonna watch your channel because it's impressive. So I'm checking these little pockets for the obvious. So far, there's nothing obvious. So far, nothing. I'm gonna head downstream. I'm headed up, obviously. I'm gonna head downstream in a few minutes. This place is covered up with deer. Several have run off as I've been walking through here, but the delayed reaction by this GoPro, or the delayed startup speed, lets me capture none of them on here. There's lots of tracks. We'll go up further. If the little rocks run out, then we'll turn around. About 45 minutes into it, nothing. Deer tracks and rocks. But I'm still looking. I haven't given up yet. I got a pile, and that may be it. That's 5 piles, maybe. Not an arrowhead, but a little vintage insulator circle thingy. That we shall harvest. And keep looking. You would think if you pick up 2 on the top in one little trip that there would be 10 more on the top with a longer trip. But that does not appear to be the case. Now see, the ditch walker dude, he would scoop all that out right there and sift it. The bottle hunter dude would pull those tires out and look at them. I simply press on. So y'all do it again for me. Go to the ditch walker's channel. They say, hey man, you leave him a message and see if he wants to collaborate with me. It's kind of cheating. Not really. Y'all like to find stuff with me, and he finds stuff. Nice points. Spider webs. There's got to be a point right here, right? Although this looks like just solid sand. Okay, right there in the middle, where all the rocks are exposed, maybe around there too, because of the flow. You know what I haven't seen here? There's one single snake. So far, not a single alligator. That'll be the thing that gets me out of the water. So let's stop right here and look for a minute anyway. That is a ball of clay. That is a rock. That's a rock. Okay. I guess we go further. Yeah, there's a bunch of rocks. This is the main little deer crossing. You can see the footprints in there. Or hoof, I don't know. Okay, pick that up. It's got the glaze on it, so it's been fired. I do not know if Indians did that. I've found 2 pottery bowls in my life. Actually, my son found the biggest one when he was really young and didn't want it. And he said, "Hey Daddy, you want to buy that from me?" I'm like, "Dude, we live in the same house. I'm your family. Just give it to me." He said, "I don't care nothing about it." So I wrote a note with his name and date. He said, "You sold me this for $50. That's been years ago. And one day he'll ask about it. Man, that's a close, but nada. So it's going in the woods. The other one was smaller. Now the big one is complete. I think I've shown you pictures. It's almost as big as an Olive Garden, sound out the big words, Olive Garden salad bowl. And it's complete. With a crack around it. Well, just from one side to the bottom. And found it on our own property. It had washed out of the bank and was just beautifully sitting in the sand and silt on the side. Like somebody had walked up and sat it there. And you could see where the bank had washed out. And I called you've heard this story. This is just me talking again. So just act like you've heard it before and you just love it so much that you want to hear it again. That's somebody's hand. We're gonna leave that there. So I called an archaeologist, dude at a college, sent him pictures, and he said Mississippian era 1400s-ish. And then he wanted to come do an archaeological dig. And my dad said no, because he had someone in the area that had done that in the past. And they pretty much laid claim to the land, saying it was a this and a that, you know, place. It should be preserved. You can't go down there, you can't do this anymore, you can't do that anymore. No matter how many times you say, "Look, dude, this was their trash. Now it's my trash." So he said no. And he said okay. But I never told him exactly where it was. You gotta remember, the Indians were all over the United States. An absolute ton of them in the southeast. Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida. But yeah, I'm totally against the way it all happened. But every time you find an artifact doesn't mean it's a burial site that should be worshipped. That's my opinion. And it matters when it's my dirt. If it's your dirt, you do what you want to do. got to be a point in here. I'm checking these spots before I play in the water a whole lot. Oh, it needs a piece of one. It looks like one. And then we pull it out and it's a whole one that is one. There's more deer tracks coming across right there. I don't see a thing. Except that wheel sticking out of the bank and all those deer tracks. I don't know a bunch about paw prints other than Blue's Clues, deer, dog, cat, raccoon. But that looks like a bear print. There's a claw, 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 claw. I don't know how many claws they have, but I know Santa Claus has 10. I got sand in my grippers. I'd rather not see a bear or an alligator, but I guess I could always climb a tree, couldn't I? Maybe that dead one. Okay, maybe we'll get in here and look at these rocks. I'm just kidding about climbing a tree. I know when you see a bear, you're supposed to try and pet it, I think. Or like scratch it behind its ears, I think was the rule. Something like that. Scratch behind its ears, pet it, or if it gets real close, just slap it. I'm doing the most horrible job finding arrowheads. This is only my 5 millionth time in my life, so maybe it just takes a little more. I'm going to scan through all this and then we'll look close at that. Deer, pads and claws. I know dogs can't retract their claws either, but that's a really big dog, if it's a dog. I didn't see any snakes. Okay, we're gonna check this. I don't know why I'm standing next to this. You know what hides under there. Yeah, me too. Let's get it here on this side. So if something jumps out, we can do the shuck and jive, safety dance, and run. There's nothing. Although I don't see any regular old alligator slides. That bank's tall. That could be potentially one, but it is a little steep. So, since I'm kind of creeping myself out, the alligators, thought I saw something. Giant dogs or bear. I think we'll head back up. I gotta get the gravel out of this. I need to make these gravel proof or sand proof. There's the bottom of a bottle. It says Andalusia, Alabama. Gotta Google that one. I went as far as I could. I didn't see, oops, I almost fell down, or find anything. That's ridiculous, isn't it? I just about crashed and burned right there. I did the high log safety dance for you. I guess I'm done. We didn't find anything but that white little ceramic insulator thing. A few mosquitoes. Okay. Make sure you put that you did not find a thing in the title. Thanks for watching my videos.